Welcome back to Missing People in America with Tessa and Jessica. We are here with the family of Emma Baum, who has been missing since October 10th, 2024, from Gary, Indiana. Can you tell us a little bit about Emma?
Anybody want to start? Well, Emma, she's a mother of, she would have been a mother of four. She was pregnant when she went missing. She went to her boyfriend's house October 10th and was supposed to come home on October 11th and didn't show up, and we couldn't contact her. And her boyfriend had said that she had left with somebody, and that's how this started. So there's been a lot going on ever since that, trying to find her. We've looked everywhere in Gary. We've been all over the place, talked to probably thousands of people to try to find Emma. Um, and we have not been able to yet. We've had a hard time with law enforcement. Um, there's a lot all in between all of that. I mean, her sisters are on here. They can tell you a lot about what's going on. So if anybody else wants to add in, and
Emma's a very beautiful young lady, very spirited, little hard-headed, but that's why we love her. She'll stick up for you in a heartbeat. She is a go-getter. She has no problem telling you what she thinks or how she feels. And as you can see, she's got a beautiful young man right there waiting for her. She's got beautiful, beautiful kids. And it's not like her, regardless, not to be away this long and not contact anybody in the family. It's 100% not like her. And at this point, we're very worried.
Can you tell me the last time any family has seen Emma, direct family?
October 10th,
yeah,
she was dropped off by our sister Jaden and Jewel to the boyfriend's house and has been completely missing. No Facebook, no TikTok, and she definitely got down with the TikToks. So that's very odd. No emails, no texts, no calls, no checking on her son, which is 100% unlike Emma all the
well,
way across the board.
she talked to
There,
him
she's
every
just
single day. She talked to Camden every day. She would never talk to him, call him, or her other children at that. She would call someone. This is
and
not,
Camden just has the most to say, definitely a mini her.
yeah.
And so she was dropped off at the boyfriend's house. And where was she coming from when she was dropped off?
At my
She was
house,
at the house.
at my house.
So she had told you about the plans to go there.
Yeah, we tried. I tried to ask her to stay home because she was home for like 3 days, and I tried to ask her to stay home. We were watching movies because I only just got to see her since she was in jail for 5 months, about 5 months almost, and she finally just was home for a couple days, and she was, spending time with us and the kids. And then she was going to get up and go, and tried to ask her to leave. Me and Camden were asking her to stay and watch movies that night again still. It was about like 5 o'clock. And then she ended up getting up and getting a shower and stuff and coming out with her hair in a towel. And she talked to us for a little bit, and she ended up getting dressed and leaving and went to her boyfriend's house. That's the last time we seen her.
It was the boyfriend of the father of any of the children.
No, it's just the one that she had in her belly. Antoine Butler was the baby daddy. That's where she went. That's who she went to go visit. And she tried to go see if he would maybe come to the birth or something. I think that's what in Emma's mind she was trying to do.
At the time, she was already 9 months pregnant and about a centimeter dilated. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, she was about to have it.
How
How
long
was the
had
relationship with her boyfriend?
Um I didn't know him very well. I only met him a couple times when he had come and picked her up and stuff like that throughout this last year. Picked him up here and stuff during the summer. He picked her up twice that I knew of. And that was it. Just said hi. Never really talked to him or anything either. So,
Do you know if they had any issues in their relationship?
I can say it was
yeah,
stated to multiple people that he did not want the baby.
right.
That he wanted her to get an abortion. He asked her multiple times. Emma was in jail, so that was not possible. And I think Emma more or less was hoping that once it got to a certain point, it'd be okay. Um, and regardless, Emma has been doing multiple things like an independent person would. I think she was giving him a chance to be either a part of it or not, and she
Right.
didn't have to have him in the baby's life. She's got mom right there. She's got multiple sisters that have always helped our little brother Crew as the best uncle in the world. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, she had a lot of support for sure. Um, yeah.
Now,
And
you
she was
said that he stated that she left with someone. Do you know who that someone was?
no, he said he didn't even know. Honestly, I think it was made up because he told my ex-husband, Emma's dad, that he never said that. But he did. He put it in a text message to me. And then when I talked to him, he said that she got into a car. She left in a car with some girl, but couldn't tell me who it was because he was preoccupied with his other kids.
Do you know what kind of vehicle she may have?
Nothing. Mm-mm.
the
No.
story has been very inconsistent. He's told
Yeah.
mom one thing, he's told me something completely different. He yelled at our sister Paige when she called and said, "What do you mean she's not there?" Like, he has not been able to consistently keep what happened for sure.
Right.
How long were they together?
At least about a year or so. About a year that I know of.
has her boyfriend ever been questioned by law enforcement?
Yes, they questioned him in jail one time that I know of, and he keeps denying that he knows anything. He just keeps denying, saying he doesn't know anything. He won't talk to them.
So he
Which
went to
honestly
law.
I find strange considering no, he wants to post all over his Facebook how he wants to find his baby and he wants to do this and he loves her and all this help, which we know
Right,
is not true. We know he wanted her to have the abortion, and I find it very odd for someone that wants everyone to push and look for her not to be willing to really talk to them about what happened and what he knows.
Has he joined in any of the searches, or has he helped in looking for her in any way?
no, no. He got picked up and put on from a warrant because he had got picked up in Hammond on a warrant for failure to appear, I think.
For
Something.
multiple drug charges.
Yeah, right.
And when did that happen?
Um, like
The day before
the
Halloween,
20,
maybe?
I guess the 29th, he got picked up and put in jail. So from the 10th, October 10th or 11th to the 29th. We didn't hear anything from him. We had to try to contact him and call him and try to find where Emma was. We had to try to contact him and find him. He never once called us and said nothing.
Well,
Or
he did give me a number and then told me it was the wrong phone number and made it very difficult to actually speak to him for sure.
Okay. Now, you said she was dropped off. Does she have a vehicle?
No,
Mm-mm.
Did she have a cell phone?
She did, but it wasn't on. She was supposed to get it on the next day. Him and her were supposed to go turn it on, her new phone she just bought. And that didn't happen.
Was the phone found?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Have you tried to did she have a phone number for that phone yet or no?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know.
she
Okay.
was using all the text-free apps, as well as, you know, Facebook. You can call anybody,
Right.
message anyone through Facebook.
Your
So she
messenger.
was fully on Wi-Fi.
But a phone had been found. We are not able to confirm if it's exactly the one that was hers because it was broken up, but it was turned over and we're waiting for the results on all of that.
Where was it found at?
It was found outside of an apartment building, um, a block over and then a couple blocks down.
From his
From a
place?
location that said she was at. Someone confirmed that they had ended up leaving the location she was dropped off at and had went to a friend's house, which was on 13th Street, and the phone was right over there by a bush, and we're really hoping it matches everything. We turned it in, but still no answer.
Has the friend been talked to by police?
She says that she made a report, that she did make a report. She is trying to be as cooperative as possible. So at this point, I can't really answer that.
And who found the phone?
My sister Haley and I went to meet mom. Someone that does like searching had met her over by that area with their dog, and we were standing off to the side, and we had already been over there multiple times, so it was kind of odd. We looked down, and there was a phone just out right there where everyone could kind of like see it, kind of covered by the bush a little, but I was like, stop, don't step on that. And Haley picked it up with gloves and put it in a bag and then confirmed with our other sister that it looks exactly like the one that she did have. They make all of that.
Now, you were talking about the dogs. Have the dogs picked up anything else?
We picked up a scent at the original location through a search team that has been working with us. The dog over there picked up a scent, but the actual SARS dogs that are fully, as they put, credible dogs have not been allowed
Certified.
to be activated yet. And they said that they had a dog out there, but we've not haven't seen it, and we've asked to be a part of it from the very beginning.
Right. They've never kept us informed on anything they're trying to do or anything. And I've asked multiple times to try to be part of all of the things that they're doing and get no answer from Gary PD.
So you've had search and rescue groups that you know of do searches. Do you know if the police have done an official search?
I know they've done a couple. They've done it at his residence, at that friend's house, and then at the burnt Family Dollar, that burnt and Gary. They've searched a couple places there. I'm not really sure. I don't know if the girls know if they've searched anywhere else, but I don't think so.
They haven't done an actual they haven't sent an actual search and rescue team or nothing like that out.
No,
It's
they've never tried to help us
right.
search for her.
What they say that they're doing is all we have to go on. We've never seen any kind of proof or gotten any kind of resources from them at all.
Mm.
And you, as a family, have done searches yourselves and organized those kind of searches. Can you tell me a little bit about where you've searched?
Um, all
Where
over.
haven't we?
Yeah, all over. And in buildings, yards, fields, lakes, I mean, rivers, under bridges, people's yards, alleys. Where else, guys? All over, driven all over and stopped and went anywhere that we can in Gary.
The surrounding towns, Miller, Lake
There you go.
Station,
Mhm.
Hobart.
Now, does she have any ties to any other cities or states?
She was a real homebody person. This is what a lot of people don't understand when it comes to Emma is regardless of anything from point A to point B, she has never went an extended period of time without involving somebody. We have her
Right.
older brother Anthony, we have Ashley, which she's not around, me, Candace, Jasmine, then there was Emma, Haley, Jaden, Paige, Jewel, Crew, Kane, like she's always been a homebody person. There's no getting up and going out of state for adventures without saying, hey, someone come with me, or some sort of, hey, let's do this, or, that's one thing
No, she's
about
always
Emma.
informed someone of her intentions or, her whereabouts. She's never not, expressed her actions and such when she is going to be doing something. I mean, she always tells somebody because someone's got to either, keep the children if she's doing something or if she takes them with or whatnot, So something's always talked about. She never just gets up and leaves without someone knowing something.
And so she was raised there in Gary.
Lake Station mainly. We lived in Lake Station for we lived in Lake Station for 15, 20 years. And then I moved to Portage. So she lived with me after that. Or that whole time.
Now, was she on any medication or been diagnosed with any illnesses of any sort?
No, she don't take any medication for anything. She had some things when she was, a teenager and stuff like that, but I mean, she was depressed. She had problems. She had, a few things happen to her when she was younger. She had seen a friend get hurt. I don't know how much I want to go into that, but I mean, I think Emma was depressed for a little while, and that's when she got into, the drug scene and stuff like that for the other year. And, she didn't do that stuff all the time. This was like a just started type thing. Like, she was never really like that before. She's always running around and stuff, but not doing drugs.
Bad. So yeah, I'd say after a couple incidents, like my mom was saying with seeing stuff happen to her friend, I think really took a toll on her. And that's when all of this, that's when she started acting out, I guess. I don't even know if that's the word to describe it because it wasn't like that, but she started looking for other ways to help heal her pain.
Yeah.
And can I clarify too, when she was getting released from jail, before she was released, she was all for going to a rehab. Like, She looked it up continuously. She
He,
wanted.
she begged the judge to let her go before she got released. She begged the judge to put her into a facility, and she didn't do it. She released her on her next court date, but God, it was she would have put her in a place. This wouldn't maybe have happened right here.
I had currently ran into a girl today who had been in jail with Emma. She said there was a group, well, they were a group, more or less like a family, she said, of 5 of them in a cell, and they all betted on the day she was going to have the baby, and if it was a boy or a girl, and they all told her that they believed it was a boy. And she was like, darn it, I really wanted a girl. And Emma had a lot of people who loved and cared for her, and she knew it. And
Yeah.
it's just not like her to get up and run away or anything like that.
I've had so many people call and tell me how much they loved Emma. She was the sweetest girl. I had a woman contact me and tell me Emma never knew this woman before and just met her one night, stopped with a friend at her house. And Emma came back later that night and brought her food because Emma realized she didn't have any, that she had not eaten for a long time. Emma came and just brought her food later that night. That woman said she loved Emma so much. Emma just did that on her own. She did stuff like that. She cared about people. She was such a good person.
Now, have
just-
hospitals and every. Go ahead. You're okay. Have hospitals been contacted with did they have anyone with matching her descriptions or any Jane Does? No.
Mm-mm. No, people have checked everywhere and stuff like that for her in all the hospitals or urgent cares or any of that sort of stuff.
Have the jails been checked as well?
As far as I know, me myself, I haven't checked the jails, but I mean, I would assume one of my girls did or something, or law enforcement. They had said, the detective said they had ran her name and stuff to see, check on her whereabouts that way through their system and stuff like that. So,
Have you tried contacting any of the rehab centers? I know they can be very weird about giving out information, saying that they can't, but
I think so. I think there has been people that I know have done that, have checked that. Yeah.
Like together, we've tackled pretty much every way that you can think of. And I know that some of these places are weird about it, but regardless, no matter how you look at it, after 90 days, most of them will allow you to make a phone call. And we are well past that point now. It still doesn't make any sense. She didn't make it to her next court date. Her attorneys haven't heard from her. We've done every avenue you can think of. And if she were in a jail, she would be off of the Indiana missing persons list. If, there was any indication that she was alive and well, by law, they would have to, you know, contact us for the adult welfare check. We didn't do an adult welfare check to be mean. We were really actually worried. And when fighting against the agencies to make these reports in the first place, because they say, well, she's an adult, she's this. But realistically, she's 25 years old and she's been a part of our lives forever. So the fact that we're all saying that there's a problem and we're worried, like maybe, it's not so outlandish to think that, hey, maybe you should pay attention or listen. From the jails, the rehabs, I sent messages to them with the detective's number. Like, you don't have to tell me, but please call them and at least let them take her off the list and confirm that she's alive. And they have not done any of those things.
No. Yeah, I don't understand how they could. There no alerts, no alert for the baby. You know, if she might have had the baby or anything, no alert for that. No one is informed about maybe the baby could be born or not. I mean, law enforcement has not done their job.
Has there been any sightings of her at all since her disappearance?
The one was supposedly at a McDonald's, but the footage 100% proved that it was not Emma, and that the officer had closed out her case without doing the proper steps, like checking identification, without confirming, without a face-to-face or speaking. He yelled out of a window, called her name. As a lady was crossing the street, she looked back, and he closed out her case,
Wow.
right? The McDonald's proved it wasn't her. And since then, like, everything that we get, we've called or told somebody or went to look, and I feel like
You get it?
nothing is at this point credible or legit, and all we just want to know is she's alive. Like, that's all we want. Like, we're not even trying to drag her back. We just need to hear her voice at this point.
I want help to find her. That's what I want. No one is helping me find her. I've asked multiple times to try to get a search team going and stuff for Emma, and I can't. I even tried, made a day, and only family members showed up. A few. So I need help. I need people to help me search for Emma.
Jessica, do you have any more questions?
I just wanted to know, is the ex-boyfriend currently still in jail?
He is incarcerated. Fox News Digital made a statement that he said he was released from Lake County. I did call. That is not what has happened. He is still fully in jail. He is incarcerated. Everyone that he was connected with, um, the police have been informed. I know his best friend, Jarvis Sanders, has also been picked up in a different county for a murder charge that he committed on somebody out there. And at this point, like, she's right. Someone with real power needs to step in and say, hey, it is time to change some things. We need to figure out whether or not this baby is with strangers, being trafficked, being left alone somewhere, or being, taken care of. We really, not only that, her kids deserve to know. Her mother deserves to know. She raised her for 18 whole years, and even after that, she's still been around every day consistently, one way or another. Our dad, all of us have literally put our lives on hold or have worked around trying to be able to provide our own stuff for our own families, take care of our own bills while being out there. We have had like independent search teams that have helped us, but they don't have the resources and they don't have as many, legal ways to do things, which is causing it to be like a consistent, it's like we're beating our head in the wall and
Yeah,
we're fighting against the people that should be helping us. They get paid to help us. And I feel like 95% of the time they just, well, she was in jail, so we should expect this. And that's not the case. Like,
no,
Emma had real potential. She was a beautiful soul. And no matter what anyone thinks, she would not just walk away like this.
no, that's not the case. She would not. Something has happened to Emma, and it needs to be um, investigated properly, and it's not being investigated properly. She's not being
And
searched for or nothing.
the officer that said Antoine was being questioned, his name is Detective Salazar. He made it very clear that he had someone interview him for him. meaning he didn't even get up and go do it himself. So with that being said, how are we supposed to believe any of this is being done correctly?
Yeah,
These are the people we trust our lives with.
that detective was a complete joke. Now we have a new detective, I mean, I've talked to him a few times. He's, he has questioned him once. He said he wanted to question him again while he's incarcerated, but I don't know. I haven't talked to him again since around Christmas or right before Christmas.
He's
The
hard
last
to
time I
get
talked to
ahold of.
him, and I just called him this last week, just a couple days ago, and tried to contact him again and have him call me back. He wasn't in the office at the time, so I'm waiting for his phone call back. I'll probably call him again this week, try to contact him again. But yeah, but so far, I mean, nothing. We have nothing else going on to help this search for Emma.
Now we do have a few community questions. First one would be, what are her close friends saying about her disappearance?
They're devastated.
They're saying this is very unlike her.
Has there been a newborn child found abandoned or left at a hospital within a few days of when she was due?
Yeah, there's a few incidences that I thought, but they were all checked into, and we were told that it was a no-go. Like it wouldn't have been, as far as I know.
That those children were either claimed or deceased in the box. We called the fire department in a whole different state and county, and as of like they put these kids in the boxes and it makes it impossible, but the detective has been informed on all of these children, so hopefully they are doing what they need to do to help us make sure. But as of right now, all of these children either have been claimed or are told they're not a part of this.
Okay. Have you submitted DNA to NamUs?
They do have her DNA on file.
Yeah.
Not NamUs, but the actual officers. We made sure, and we're in the process of just to be on the safe side, get like dental records in case we need them.
I think I have hers. Yeah, I have her X-rays.
Okay.
I'll give them to the detective. He has not actually asked me for them yet or anything, so I was just holding on to them until that.
Okay. Have you created a group or a page on Facebook for her?
There's a couple.
Okay.
There's a couple different pages.
Do you know the
But-
name of it at the moment? If not, we can look it up and tag you
Finding
later.
Emma and the baby with the and as in the and sign. That one is at least connected to the family. Some of these other ones, like we appreciate people, doing things, but if they're not keeping in contact with us or the police, it makes it a little bit harder to know where to look or what's being said or who said what. So finding Emma and the baby.
There's another one, find Emma Baum, case discussion and updates.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
And
That one is connected to family.
yeah. Mama, I'm gonna give you football.
Got all the community questions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If anybody has any information on the whereabouts of Emma Baum, the phone number is on the screen. If you could please call anything small, this family would really, really appreciate any help that they can get to bring Emma, her baby, home. Please call in anything. Thank y'all so much for your time, for being a voice for her and that baby and the other children, sweet babies that she has. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.